After a bit more than a month of cold, we've gone back to the conversion of Gloria the Sprinter from a regular van to a full-blown expedition 4x4. One of the problems that any van will have, and that camper builders are very aware of, is the ventilation, closely correlated with humidity issues. I believe that we're not yet fully aware of exactly how much humidity we produce during the night, while we sleep, and the discussion about the ventilation in a van is a very long one. So that we don't get into a lot of technical details that you can easily find on the web, let's simplify things. We've chosen to go with a MaxxFan Deluxe, which comes with a few important features for us. For starters, you get 10 speeds, the first of which are super silent, so it can function very well while you sleep without being too much of a bother. Apart from that, it has the option to push air in or pull air out, giving us the freedom to use it while we cook, and also use it to push air in and set up the ventilation in the van with the open windows. Another important feature that we haven't yet used is the automation. Now, the MaxxFan can be set to have a certain temperature threshold that, when achieved, will turn it on. In this way, if your van gets too hot during the day, the fan will automatically start and try to cool down the space as much as possible. By default, this is set to 26 degrees Celsius. The automation works well in conjunction with another thing that we found very important, which is the fact that you can use it while it's raining. If our research is correct, it's the only one that has this feature. The last thing that we got pulled in for, and it really is something of a comfort aspect, is the fact that you have a remote and you can control it just as you would a regular AC unit. We have a little debate as to whether we should or shouldn't go ahead and install a proper AC unit, but really, the point of owning a van is traveling places, not really living in it, but rather around it and outside. So, apart from that, it would be notably more expensive, and it would put a big strain on our electrical system. It seemed like an overkill, at least at this point in time. We chose to install it just behind the driver's seat area, taking into account the fact that we will have a perpendicular kitchen and that if we open our windows, we would get the best airflow. Installing it was pretty straightforward, although it requires Sika 710, a glue that is super heavy duty and has a decent chance of becoming stuck on your clothes, hands, hair, or any body part for weeks at a time. What we actually struggled with was correctly positioning the fan so it would be parallel with the car lines. Although this seems like a pretty straightforward operation, we had to double and triple check everything because the Sprinter lines are a bit strange and creative and it throws you off. There's really nothing worse than having a crooked fan that you have to look at every day while you own the truck. The place where we installed it also has a standard space where a regular fan from Mercedes would be installed or an AC unit for refrigeration vehicles. So, we were careful not to cut into the vehicle structure. One thing to bear in mind is the fact that cleaning up the space after you cut the hole is very important. The shrapnel that you get rusts extremely fast and can become a huge problem for the car. To prevent this, we were vacuuming as we were cutting and we painted over some rust prevention paint. What we didn't get to film was building the inside wooden frame. The fan can be mounted without one, however, in order to improve durability, it's probably best that a wooden frame would complete the inside of the fan so that it has extra grip rather than just the metal sheeting of the car. Now, our next stop are going to be the walls, the ceiling, the solar panels, and the water tank. After we manage to put those in, we'll come back with a review of how we got along with the MaxxFan in practice. We do hope you enjoyed this video. We're trying to post regular updates about the evolution of the van on Facebook, on Instagram, but also on this YouTube channel. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to DM us on Instagram or comment below and we'll try to come back and answer them as soon as possible. Gloria the Sprinter bids you farewell.